Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and welcome to another Squarespace Rapid Fire Critique, where I take one of your websites and give it a critiquerson, and let's get into it. But before we do that, if you haven't checked out Squarespace, go to squarespace.com/fro to get a 14-day free trial. Use the code FRO if you decide it's for you. So here we have Colin Herrington Photography, or CH. It's all about the shot, and no treble and no bass. So I personally don't really like the feel of this cover page. One, it's hard to read the Colin Herrington, well, it's there, and then the galleries, the about, and all this is up here. I just have a little trouble, like, I land on this, but I want to see something that grabs me right off the bat. I want to see a slideshow of your best images right off the rip in a nice, full cover page. Now, this is built off of Squarespace, this website, I did check, so you can, with Squarespace, build a cover page that lets you do all of those things. Now, with that said, I think the top is very distracting. I think the CH in the middle we need some branding. We need some kind of graphic representation or graphical representation of Colin Herrington. Or if it was just like C and then you spelled out Colin and then Herrington, I'd rather have that right in the middle as a simple brand. I don't mind, it's all about the shot, that's fine. I see that you have portraits and family and fine art, and the fact that you can switch and pick different galleries, that's cool. Social buttons down at the bottom, that's fine as well. But then you have galleries, family, portrait, fine art, stories, nature, travel. So let's start with family. When we go into the gallery, let's take a look. So I like how clean this looks. Now we see at the top of the screen, you see how no longer is it hard to read? It's right there. It's simple. We've got different galleries to choose from. We've got the about, and we have contact. So that is simple and clean, so I do like that. In terms of images, I don't think that's sharp. So I would not lead with that if I was doing this in order. When it comes to family, I would lead with something like this. That's a beautiful family shot. I love that shot. I think that would work much, but I don't even know if yes, I like the happy and the smiling and stuff like that, but this should not be your leading image into the family photo. There's some better photos here. I would just get rid of this one altogether, personally. To go through the images, let's see. Does the arrow work? Yep, arrow works. I can hardly see this X up here, so I hit escape. That's something. I hit escape, and on the Squarespace site, so one of the things that Squarespace has on automatically that they probably shouldn't is that if you hit escape from a Squarespace website and somebody hasn't turned it off, I turned it off in mine, it's going to lead you to the login screen. That's pretty bad when you hit the escape to get rid of a photo and then you come into a login screen. So I'm going to go ahead and hit back. I'm going to go back to the family. So you see how I hit escape here and then hit escape again, and then it takes me to this automatically? You can turn that off inside of Squarespace. I highly recommend doing that. So I like the flow of what's going on here. Let's click on portraits. I would also decide, are you a family photographer? Are you a portrait photographer? Do they go hands in hands? I think your portraits are fantastic. I think this stuff looks pretty good. Well, I can't say fantastic, then looks pretty good. I think they're very good. Let me just say that. They look clean, they look nice. This gallery is nice. I like the way I see this. Fine art, I didn't even look at. Let's see, fine art. I don't really know what the difference between fine art and portraits are, personally. These look good, but what is this? Like, why is this fine art? Because it's out of focus and you cut his foot off? Like, this doesn't belong on your website at all. And I think Colin's a pretty young person, but I'm just going to be blunt and tell you, Colin, this photo does not, I don't understand the fine artness of this. I don't understand the merits of it whatsoever. Personally, get rid of this photo. I would pare down your galleries. I would probably get rid of fine art and maybe just merge it with portraits, because isn't this a portrait with water going by? Like, that's good. Isn't this a portrait? It's an environmental portrait. This is a portrait. This is a portrait. This right here, I don't know what the hell it is. That could end up somewhere else. But this could be a portrait as well. So I would work on the gallery building. I would maybe pick 3 of these galleries. You have portraits, you have families, and you have, oh, I better take a look. Stories. Yeah, we'll get to stories in just a second. If you go with those 3 and you fill that full of amazing stuff, or you do 5, we'll go through the rest soon, try to fill your portfolios on your websites with your best images. If there's an image there that gives you pause when you look at it and say, well, I don't think this is that good, then get rid of it. It doesn't belong on your site. Just like that fine art image I just showed right there doesn't belong on your site because it's not a very good image. So get your best of the best of your best with honor, sir, into your portfolios and galleries on your websites. You don't need 8 million photos. You just need enough to get people to understand how good your work is and just show your best of the best of your best with honors, sir. So that's what I have to say about that. Let's go to another gallery. We've got stories. So we have 2 stories up top. We've got Grandpa and we've got Exploring the Wall. Okay, I like that. I like that we have the option to see the story and then click on it and then see other images from the story. Beautiful. Looks good. But moments. What the hell are moments if they're not stories? I don't think moments should be separate, especially when I click on stories. If they don't belong anywhere, then they don't belong on your site. I would maybe consider doing an Instagram feed, which you could do. I see that we have an Instagram right here, so I'm going to go ahead and follow that. So I would maybe put a feed there for stories, but I would get rid of moments because it shouldn't be under stories. Nature and travel could probably be one and the same. These are very nice images as well. Let's click on travel. Yeah, I think I actually critiqued this guy's best 10 photos at some point. Now that I see this photo right here. I think I've done this before, but not for his website. Or maybe, nope, don't think I've done his website. I think I just did his best 10 images. That's just random. I picked it randomly. Anyway, I would 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would try to cut down on a bunch of these, probably get rid of fine art and just put the rest into portraits and maybe combine nature/travel and pick your best of the best and go from there. Let's click on about. We've got I'm a freelance, a little about myself. I'm a freelance photographer based at the King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, the KAUST in Tawal, Saudi Arabia. I'm originally from Canada and spend my summers there, blah, blah, blah. I specialize in portraits, families, please feel free. Thanks for this. I actually like this. I think he did a great job. And you have a photo that you could click larger and you can see him right here. Probably in Canada. That doesn't look like Saudi Arabia to me. Awards and publications. I'm a little hesitant on that, especially like The Beacon, published photo. It's like, okay. I don't even think you need this here. Let your work speak for itself. These awards and publications, there's only 3 of them. If it was a list of 20, it'd be something a little different. But congratulations on winning some of these awards. I would maybe do that more in a blog post and start blogging. Here, this is what I would say. You're a young person, Colin. You are traveling the world. You're traveling. You're doing a lot of different photos. What I would tell you is start the blog and start blogging about your travel photography and things like that, and you can watch as it expands from there. I think that you have room for a blog up here on your site. I think that would do well. I think it would give you the ability to talk about the photos that may not fit into your portfolio, or take some of the photo stories and expand them into what you were thinking and blog posts. And then some of your best images, or when you do a photo shoot, you could put up other images that may not make it into the portfolio, but at least you're sharing them. So I would really highly consider putting a blog on your site because I think it will help people engage more with your work. So that's one thing we could do. And then under contact, we've got contact. Fill out the form. I'll do my best to get back to you within 24 hours. I would just say, please fill out the form. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for taking the time to send me a message. So this is all pretty well and good. I do like what's going on here, and I think it's a good site. So nice job, good starting point. It's clean once we get past this front page. I'm not a fan of this front page. So with all that said, guys, I want to talk about Squarespace. This is the plug portion. If you found value and nuggets in the information I've given you, please take a listen to this right now. I personally use Squarespace for my website builder. Go to squarespace.com/fro to get a 14-day free trial to try it out for yourself. No obligation. If you decide it's for you, use my code FRO at checkout to get 10% off your entire first year. What I'm going to do right now is show you how to build a gallery quickly, within a matter of a couple seconds. And when I say seconds, I actually mean pretty damn quick. It all depends on how fast it wants to load. So I want to put up another gallery of Gavin DeGraw photos that I took recently. So I've got Gavin DeGraw, day in the life here. So what I want to do is add another gallery, and I'm going to hit Gavin, G-A-V-I-N-D-E-G-R-A-W. We'll call it 2. Gavin DeGraw 2. We'll go ahead and click on it, and it's like, oh, this collection is empty. Let's add some photos. So here are the photos I want to add. I've exported them at 2500 on the longest edge. That's what I export them at, 2500 on the longest edge in Squarespace. What it's doing right now is it's uploading them, and it's also converting them into multiple sizes so that when you do view it on a mobile device or an iPad or on a big-ass screen, it's ready to go. As you can see, the gallery's already built. When I go under Photo Stories, we see Gavin DeGraw 2 is right there, but I don't want it to show up as the last story. I want it to show up underneath A Day with Gavin DeGraw, and I simply make that change, and guess what? It just went ahead and moved it right there to Gavin DeGraw. I can go through the website just like this. I can use my arrows. This is all a preview, and we're going through the pictures just like that. If I want to see all the thumbnails, I go ahead and click there, and that is simple. What'd that take? A minute to go ahead and do while I talked? I already exported the images. It's really easy to build a new web gallery in the matter of a couple of seconds, just like I did right here. You're not going to find that with most other sites building if you're going to code it yourself, you're in trouble. What I just did there is quick and painless, and I know there's web developers out there that will say, oh my God, Squarespace is terrible because it takes jobs away from us. But you know what? It's freaking easy, and when I can just do that myself and I don't have to call somebody else to do it, you're good to go. I guarantee you, you can start your first website, your first portfolio in 30 minutes or less and be up and running in the world in no time. Check it out, squarespace.com/fro to get a 14-day free trial. It's what I use. I highly suggest you check it out. There's no obligation. Don't forget the code FRO. And if you'd like to submit your images for a rapid-fire critique of your website, go over to the website right now. There's a link for how to do that. That's it. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya!